Hey guys, welcome to Prime Times. Not Prime
Prime
Time.
Time.
What the hell is that? Oh, shit. I've already blew it. All right, welcome to what? Not another reselling podcast. This is with Jack's Treasures. This is our podcast where we focus on live selling, the live portion of reselling. We don't edit, so this shit's going out the way.
It's going like that. I love it. Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
We don't sugarcoat or blow any smoke up anybody's behind. We try to bring the truth about live reselling, and that's the reason why I said something about prime time. We're just literally talking about that. And also, welcome to our 25th anniversary episode where we have a very super special guest. Today, we're going to be talking about literally building a reselling empire. Okay, not a business, a freaking empire. All right.
Our guest today is Paul, also known as the Philly Phlipper. He's an established seller and Whatnot, an influencer and content creator on YouTube, a mentor to many of the best sellers on Whatnot and some mediocre ones, and a supporter of the reselling community, and as well as someone that we're proud to call a friend.
He might not, but we do.
And apparently, I'm supposed to ask you.
Here's the first question, Paul.
On that intro, but go ahead. Yeah.
The real question everyone wants to know about Paul: are you still single?
Yes.
I'm not going to say that my daughter asked me to ask that question. I won't say that at all.
I am still single.
Yeah.
Well, just to all those other girls out there, that will be my third ex-husband one day.
I'm sorry, what? Wait a minute. Wait. You even said ex-husband. So you're literally going to get with him.
Brian, your time. Your time
after
is
I'm done with you, I'm
limited,
gonna
Brian.
be a cougar, and then he's gonna get too old. I'm gonna have to, keep going down. I got plans.
Paul, I'm going to give you a brief minute so that you can introduce yourself to everybody that like they don't already know you.
I feel like your intro already done way too good of a job. I don't even know what to say after that. Y'all made me seem like I was like the best ever. My name is Paul, and I sell things. There's my intro, and then I make videos about me selling things.
He does.
I have a cute dog.
He's got an awesome dog. Actually, he's got two of them.
Yes, technically I have two.
One down in Florida and one in Philadelphia. He does not live in Philadelphia, by the way.
No.
He currently is residing in Central Florida in the Tampa area, where we got to drive down there because Paul helped us out at a yard sale down in Florida.
I still don't know if I helped y'all out. I feel like I don't know if you guys made money on that deal at all.
I think when everything was said and done, we got a free trip to Florida out of it.
There we
That's
go.
basically what it turned into.
We take that.
And we got a great dinner.
We did. Yeah.
And we got to spend some time with Paul. I got to see him vacuuming.
That was fun. Yes.
All because I don't know
you'll
how
never
to
see it again because I don't have that rug anymore. So then no one will ever see me vacuum. Are you guys going to that meetup in Atlanta or no?
We are planning on it. We haven't. I actually just RSVP'd today. So unless something crazy happens, we're
planning on it as well. So
awesome.
Oh, that'll be awesome. Maybe actually we will have a chance to actually go out sourcing with Paul, since it seems like everybody else gets that privilege except for Jack's Treasures. All right, this is going to be our real. He's also being very modest right now, guys. He has done more for Jack's Treasures than practically anybody else has. I say this all of the time. Whenever we were going live, I literally felt I could feel Paul's hand on my back, pushing us to do better and to do better and to do better and to do better and to be bigger. I think that our success of hitting 10,000 followers on Whatnot is all of it is attributed to him, because we were literally on our way out, and he literally said to us at one time, "Hey, do you want to be on my Ray train?" And my response to him was, What's a Ray train?
The audacity.
Literally, I'd been on Whatnot for 2 years. It did not know. So
now you know. How many have you been on since then? Hundreds.
You just got me on another one today.
I got him on another one that he has to dress in drag for, so that's gonna be fun.
Wow. Well, I'm sure he's excited for that one.
He's very excited.
Oh, God. So this is our real-time questions and answers. we're going to ask some tough questions of our guests and hopefully gain some amazing knowledge. I know you're going to gain some amazing knowledge.
I wasn't aware there's going to be tough questions here. This is news to me.
Oh yeah, they're hardballs. Like
this wasn't in my contract that I signed.
neither was your fee.
Yeah. We'll discuss that
Our
later.
first question is the same to every guest every week, and we just ask, how did you get started reselling?
Ooh, how did I get started reselling? Happened June of 2019. I owned a moving business in Philly called Better Call Paul. And when you do moving, you always have either a podcast playing in my ear or music playing because it gets boring carrying stuff left and right the whole time. And I was listening to the Gary V podcast at that time in 2019, and he challenged this was May or June, and he challenged his listeners to make an extra $10,000 during that summer by going to yard sales. And I was like, that concept never hit me. It was like, wait a minute, you can go to yard sales and make money? Interesting. So I went home that night. I went to YouTube and I typed in yard sale reselling, and I found the OGs, the Shed Flips, the Commonwealth Picker, the Cincinnati Picker, all those. Started watching their videos with a notebook and just writing down, pick up car manuals, pick up like printer ink cartridges, all these things. And I think this was like on a Monday or Tuesday. I binged a bunch of videos. That weekend I went out picking with a notebook. And I was like, is there any car manuals here? Is there this here? Like I was legit with a notebook the whole time. And I remember I bought a Honeywell thermostat at a yard sale for $1. And I listed it the next day on eBay for $80 and it sold. And I was like, there's something here. And I did it for about 3 weeks. And then one night I was staying up late because I had insomnia watching Storage Wars. And I'm like, this will be fun. And next morning I went and bought a storage unit. And then I bought another one. And then I bought another one. And a week later I had a warehouse. So I went from not knowing what reselling was to in a month having a warehouse. So
wow.
I dove in quick. It helped because I had the moving business as my main hustle. So I already had box trucks and moving trucks. I already had employees doing that stuff for me.
Yeah.
So what it kind of went down was I had 4 crews of people that worked for me. If I had enough jobs for 3 crews, I would buy a storage unit and send the 4th crew to go into the storage unit for me. So I would keep
right there.
I've only been doing it for 8 years and still don't have a crew.
Well, the crew was from the moving business, not from the thing. So that's how I got into storage units. And a matter of from 2019 to 2023, when I moved to Florida, I probably bought 500-600 units, something like that. I don't know. It was legit. I was just buying them because I was like, oh, my guys need work. All right, whatever this one is, sure, whatever. And they will go buy it. And yeah, that's kind of what I got today. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, a follow-up to that, how and why did you start live selling?
Ooh, I don't even know when I actually started live selling. My friend Tim told me about the app over the years. He told me about it. When he told me about the app, it was still like cards and Funkos. There was really nothing past that. So when I started the first time, I actually got approved as a Magic the Gathering seller because I bought a storage unit.
We were approved under Pokemon back in the day.
So you guys are OGs with that. You guys know. And they approved me because I had a big YouTube following. So I don't have to even show them anything. They're like, oh, you have big YouTube, come over. And I bought a storage unit with a bunch of Magic. I had no clue what I had. And I was, for the first 4 shows, I did nothing but sell some Magic cards. And it was like $1 here, $2 here, $1. It was really not much money.
Right.
And I did it for about 2 weeks. I was like, this app sucks. And I stopped using it. And then my friend Jen tried to get into it, was selling Pokemon. So I went back in to sell some Pokemon. I sold some Pokemon for 2 weeks and I was like, all right, I'm done again. It was, I never really fully figured out what Whatnot was until about a year and a half ago. Black Friday of 2023. So what is that? Almost 2 years ago now?
Getting up on 2 years, yeah.
Almost 2 years. Yeah. That's when I fully dove in and tried to figure out what the app was. Yeah.
And now you don't sell on eBay anymore?
I don't do eBay anymore. I'm thinking about bringing eBay back just for content. I'm thinking of
Mhm.
doing like a series of. I have a $100 budget, and I had to spend it on Whatnot, and then bring that stuff to eBay, and then use that money, and then buy more stuff on Whatnot, and bring
Oh,
it
that
to
would be
eBay,
fun.
and see how much I can turn 100 into in a year. But that's the only reason I would do eBay, is just for like just content purposes, or like. But no, I sell fully on Whatnot, and my max peak in Philly, I had like 8,000 eBay listings. Right now, I have 0.
Well, I know what I'm going to be seeing in our shows now.
What?
Paul sourcing from our stuff and then making a video on it. How this jackass on Whatnot sells these things for really cheap. Like what was it? 14 Wii's for 20 some odd dollars.
That
That
was
was a
still
good.
funny.
That was a good deal. That was a good deal by
Oh.
me. I want to say that was a good deal. I'm not the one that decided, oh, I have 1 minute left. Let me run these on sudden death real quick. That was.
Okay, he's also not the one who sent me a message right afterwards and said, "Oh yeah, my max bid was 65," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Paul. I really do appreciate
Yeah,
that."
they didn't put me up to that point.
Well, I am glad to be able to say that I think we bought some stuff from Paul and have been able to flip it for a little
You
bit more
have?
money too.
Oh man,
That's
I'm
the one thing I don't think people
disappointed in my
realize
people.
is that even the bigger sellers on Whatnot, you can buy stuff from them and flip it. I
Oh,
bought a bunch of glass
100%.
from Noah Baller a couple of weeks ago, and I'm already making big money on it. I mean,
100%.
you can buy from the big guys and still make money.
There's money to be made in every show. I bought something from Deals to Steals the other day. They're
Yes.
huge, and I bought it
Yeah.
from them and sold it back on Whatnot and made more than them. So I didn't have to even switch apps to do it. So yeah, there's room to make money in any show. You just have to be patient, find the right thing. Just to find people sleeping on something. So okay, I sold something. I still forgot what it was. Some kind of car part. I had no clue what it was. I was doing live unboxing. I was like, oh, some kind of car part. No clue. Sold it for $8. 2 weeks later, a guy comes and tips me $50, and I'm like, "What the heck would you tip me $50 for?" And he's like, "I sold that car part for $800." And I was like, "Oh, well,
Wow.
good for you." And he didn't have to come back and tip me at all. Like, I mean, I sold it for $8. I was happy. Like, it was a live unboxing, just some kind.
Was his name Jeff by any chance?
It wasn't Jeff. No. Something Jeff would do, though. That's something Jeff would do.
Oh, absolutely.
I had plenty of times like where Mr. Clean buys a lot of watches for me, and he would buy a watch for like $20, and he would sell it for like 200. He would come back and tip me again, and I'm like, you guys don't have to tip me for this stuff. Like, I'm happy getting $20 for that thing. Like,
right?
I'm like, for me, when somebody says, "Hey, I bought something for you for so and so, then I sold it for so and so and made money," that's great news, because I know that person's going to come back and buy from me again and again and again and again. Right. So like that, I get a repeat customer, and then that's all I care about. That thing. I don't need anything past it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that we've never gotten a tip from Paul from buying those Wii's from us at all.
I'm still waiting for the good flip. That was like a mediocre flip. I don't know.
Right. Well, over time, and this is a great question because it's really has to do with a lot of what you're doing right now. Over time, has your reselling strategy changed and evolved? And literally, in this one, you could talk specifics about what you're doing now too.
Yeah, always changing, always evolving. I was known as the dollar start guy on Whatnot. I don't do dollar starts now. I don't even do dollar starts in random pools now. Yesterday, I did a random pool show and learned from my mistake last time about car parts. I found this like card thing, and it was brand new, and I was like, oh, let me look it up. Looked it up. It was worth $600. So I was like, all right, I'm starting at 50. Boom, started at 50, sold it at 75. 2 minutes later, I found another one. I'm like, we're starting at 50 again. Sold for like $60. If I didn't look it up, I started at $1. Could have went for 10, 15. I don't know. Right. So there's or like I do a big lot. Like, I'm starting it for 10. I'm starting it for 15. I'm starting it for 20. And now I kind of name my price as I go. Even when I did the sale in Philly for Keith, I would be like, all right, I'm starting this for 7. I'm starting this for 9. I'm starting this for 15. It would just be random numbers that pop into my head that I thought would be fair for that lot to start. And I really didn't do much dollar starts at all. Like I think right now we're still in the summer slowdown period, and I'm right now switching to the mentality: if I get one bid for something, I'm happy. Not I don't need a big battle for it. So instead of starting at a 1, hoping it gets to 7, I'll just start at 7 right away. And if it gets a bid, I'm good. And if it gets more bids on top of that, and I'm already ecstatic at that point. So that's kind of the one thing that I'm changing is we're not doing really dollar starts. I used to have dollar starts in my bio. I took that out. I have now low starts. It just says low starts in my bio. I still do some things for $1. Like today, I saw the Ken Griffey Jr. signed ball, but there was no COA. I didn't feel right about starting that for more than $1 because there was no COA with it. People still bid up like $60. I hope it's real at that point. I told them there was no COA, but they still bid it up. But that's the one thing. And then the second thing that I'm doing, I kind of talked about it previously, is I'm switching my business model down where I'm selling my stuff, but I'm a lot open to selling other people's stuff as well. I'm doing a lot of consignment sales for people where I travel the country and sell people's stuff. That's what I do. It's fun.
That's awesome.
That's actually the new part of what he's been doing. How many consignment sales have you done now?
12, 13.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Double digits. I have 3 or 4 lined up in September, 3 lined up in October, and I have probably 20 or 30 that we have to still make the details work and figure out how what date to put them on and do all those things. So yeah, I didn't think it would be that popular of a request, but once I announced I did it, my emails, my messages were just blowing up. People saying, "Hey, can you come sell mine? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?"
Are these people that are either getting? I know that a lot of people are getting out of reselling. A lot of people, they overextend and they get too much inventory. And then when they get that too much inventory, they end up saying, well, I need to go back to my regular job because this wasn't paying off as well, whatever platform that they were on. Is that what it is? Or is it just people that want to get
like estates?
Just estate sales, yeah.
Yeah, so far it has not been that case at all. So far it's been like so-and-so died and I have this. I don't know what to do with it. Like with Gamers Collectible, his father died and he left him behind all the stuff. And Gamers could have sold it on his account, but he's known for video games. He's not known for storage units.
Right.
That's why he called me. He's like, "Hey, you're the storage unit guy. This would be a lot better if you did it." I have a lady in Mississippi whose husband died and left her behind 50,000 comic books. What is she going to do if he doesn't comic books, right? Like she doesn't resell, doesn't know what to do with that. So she's calling me to do that. So a lot of situations is like that. Other situations are resellers that just have way too much. Keith in Philadelphia, he's a full-time veterinarian. So, and he buys on the side. So he has a 4,000 square foot warehouse of stuff that he doesn't have time to sell. So he called me and said, "Hey, can you do that for me?" When I went to Mississippi for a golf veteran, he has a 2,000 square foot like a thrift store in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi, with 3,000 people live in that city. So not many people come into his thrift store and buy. So he has overstock of stuff, and he gets things for so cheap there. Like storage units there go for $10. You can get a whole storage unit for $10, right? So he has a whole thrift store full. He has a whole storage unit full. He has a whole trailer full of stuff, and he just can't move it by himself. So that's why he called me to do that. A lot of situations are like that. They are resellers, but they just have way too much. Or sometimes they're resellers, but they don't have a big enough following on Whatnot, and they sell on Whatnot, but they can't move it. Like for example, for golf veterans, me and him did a 60-40 split. He got 60, I got 40% of it. And I was selling K-pop CDs for him. He tried to sell the same K-pop CDs on his show for $3, didn't get a bid. On my show, they were going for $15, $16 each. So he was getting 60% of that, which is way more than $3 he was getting on his show. So he called me, made more money for his stuff, and I did all the work for him. So like it was like it's a win-win
for sure
for him. So that's the kind of people that reach out. It's either I had never had anybody saying, "Hey, I'm going out of reselling and I want my stuff sold." It's either people who's they got an estate handed down to them, or they got a big collection of stuff, and they just need help moving it and selling it. That's kind of how it went.
That's awesome. I love hearing that because I have heard that a lot of people that were getting out were doing that, but I'm glad to hear that.
You've built a strong following on social media. How has your content creation helped you in your reselling and your whatnot journey?
I think they go hand in hand. I think my reselling helps my content helps my reselling. And like I told you before, I'm debating going back on eBay just for content.
Right.
Now I'm going to make money doing that too, but I'm doing it just for the content aspect. The way content helps my reselling, what I do is if I have a big show coming up, I would post it on Instagram or post it on Facebook. I'll post it on YouTube. And I've seen it have success where people come over from YouTube to my whatnot show and say, "Hey, do you have that so-and-so and so-and-so?" I'm like, "Yep, it's right here. I'll run it for you." So that's kind of, it helps bring the audience from those platforms to the whatnot. And then reselling helps reselling helps the content because I can make videos. Like right now, I just make videos of shipping whatnot packages and talking. And I'm surprised people watch it. Tracy watched it this morning. I don't know why, but
I listened. I will say I was working while I was listening. I like to listen to
as long as I got the view. I don't care. You don't have to watch it.
Hey, look, we've already discussed. I don't know if that was. Oh no, we've already discussed that you're going to be getting with Tracy pretty soon, and she's going to kill me off. So
I didn't say kill.
You know, well, you know, at night when you say goodnight, getting the feeling. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That is awesome. I love hearing that. Now I do have a question in here. It's not on here, but what did you get? Where did you get your most success from first? Was it the content on YouTube or was it the reselling? Well, obviously it wasn't the reselling live because you said that you started it and then quit and then started it and quit.
Yeah. I've never my most ever successful month on YouTube was like $7,000, which I mean, it's still pretty good. $7,000 is amazing. On average,
that's what mostly people do reselling sometimes.
Yeah. On how do you call it? On average, when my YouTube was thriving, I was making about $3,000 a month. Right now, my YouTube is dead. I make about $400 a month on YouTube. But that was how I was making about an average $3,000. Even when I was doing eBay back in Philly, my average monthly was about 15,000. So like my content never ever went past my my revenue for reselling. It was never even close. Like my best ever month, I still made double that on eBay every single time. So like you have to get way past. I think I have like, I don't know, 40,000 something subscribers on YouTube. You have to get double, triple what I have to actually have that pass your reselling income. And there's people that do that, but it's like a very low percent. I would probably say 0.5% of YouTube resellers make more on YouTube than reselling. There's a giant misconception. People say, "Oh, they just make YouTube videos because that's where they make the money from." It. No, the YouTube doesn't pay that much. So like there may be, like I said, there's on like I can think of maybe 5 people right now in my head that make more money on the content than the reselling. But most of us that make content, our bread and butter is still live selling or selling somewhere else. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And making content it's hard work. It really is. I mean, we've got the tiniest little YouTube channel, and I think about how many hours I put into that, you know, to put in what you have to put in to become truly successful. Those people work just as hard as the people out there emptying storage units and selling on eBay.
I was doing YouTube for 2 years before I made a penny. I made like 400 videos before I made a penny on YouTube. So it becomes a very, very expensive hobby, and you have to have a passion for it. And like I'm going to answer this question in my YouTube video later today when I record it. But there's a bunch of people saying, "Hey, how come you don't make garage sale videos anymore?" And the big reason for it is I don't have the passion for that anymore. Because for me to go out, get in my car, drive to a garage sale, film, record, come back, edit, spend all the time just to make maybe $100 on a video when at the same time I can have 3 or 4 whatnot shows and make way more. It just
Right.
financially doesn't make sense for me. If I had the passion to do it still, I would probably go back. But at this point, it's like just it just financially doesn't make sense for me to spend my time on that. Then another part of it.
Well, we completely understand about that because we did the cost analysis when we had a booth at an antique mall, and we were making money in the booth. We never ever didn't make money. But then when we did a cost analysis, we were making like $10 an hour
Something like that.
for how much money at time we were putting into it. And I said, no, we can make more money doing other things.
Yeah.
So. It's very important to do that with anything. Like for me, like I used to cut my own lawn, and I'm like, I can pay somebody $30 to cut my lawn, and that hour have a whatnot show and make this much more, right? So it's like it's all about, like, you can do it with a lot of different things, but it's important for you to review that, because a lot of times you say, oh yeah, I'm making money in the booth, okay, cool, let's keep doing that. But once you're like, wait a minute, I'm making minimum wage here, maybe let's focus that somewhere else.
We were below minimum wage.
Yeah, it was not pretty. The reselling community can be both supportive and competitive. How have you learned to navigate that?
Good question. Trust the people that are supportive, avoid people that are competitive. That's probably my biggest thing. And sometimes my mistake, you can talk to Jen about this. Jen's Multiverse, she's like my best friend. I am way too trustworthy, way too fast. I always think everybody has the best intentions. Like, I didn't know who you guys were. Brian interrupted me eating my pancakes, and I was like, yeah, I'm still gonna.
He was. I'll never forget that.
I'm still gonna try to help them succeed, and I'm the same way. It wasn't just you guys. Anybody that comes up with me and asks for help, I try to give them all my all. And a lot of times, I got burnt. I got burnt by the people I try to help build up. They turn around, backstab me, and because they saw I was growing too fast, I was having too many people on my shows. There's a lot of jealousy that happens on the whatnot in this thing. So right now, I want to say I'm less trustworthy, but I don't think that's the case still. I still don't think that's in my heart. And I always say to Jen, I use you guys as an example. For every time somebody burns me, there's a Jack Treasures out there that it was worth it putting that kind of effort.
Wow.
So like, it's just, I guess you have to just learn how to navigate. Just if somebody, and just learn. I like to learn to not be what's it called, a welcome mat, a floor mat for people to walk over. So for me right now, I have like a strict 1-strike policy. If you burn me, I'm done. I'll go give my end to somebody else. There's no forgiveness or like reconciliation, and let's work again together. I'm like, no, I have way too many people I can spend my time and energy on. So that's the biggest thing. And the people that usually burn you, they don't see whatnot the right way. For me, whatnot is like, if I see somebody having 200 people in their show and I have 40 in mine, I'm happy for that person, because there's that many people in my category that are watching and buying stuff, right? So like, and I think there's a big trickle down effect that if they have 200, they keep growing. Eventually, I'll have 60 or 70 in my show, and eventually somebody that has 10 will have 15 or 20, and somebody that has 4 will have 10, 12. I really think there's a big trickle down effect of it. So the more people that bring into the app, the happier I am for them, and the happier I am for the category that's going to grow. Other people saying, "Oh wow, he has 200, I have 10." I hate that guy. Let me try to bring that guy down. You know, so that's not how I look at it at all.
Unfortunately, I think you're 100% correct. People will look at people's shows and they look at those numbers, and it's like, man, how do I get to those numbers? And then they'll look and they'll say, oh, well, I can do that. I can sell what he sells. Paul has bought from us, and literally the next week runs what he gets, because we have super fast shipping. Because he'll run it in his show
next door,
and he'll make more money than we did. But we have never taken it to whereas I have been so good, and I hope that Paul would always recognize this, that when I see him do that and he has me modded, I always put it in a hidden chat.
Oh, yeah.
And I says, you're my fucking hero.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not because I'm going to sit there and say in the chat, oh, guys, by the way, you could have came over to my show and bought that same thing for $1. You know, I have never said that, but I know people that have done that.
Yeah.
And well, I don't really know people that have done that, but I've heard of people that do that. And I just think it's really that what you were saying, there's a jealousy issue. I have never ever been jealous of that.
It just happened today in my show. I just got a text from Tiffany Cornerstone Crafts, and from one of my buyers, Ben Eileen. Somebody was on my show today, and everybody that bought something after they sent a message saying, "Hey, we saw you grab a couple items in Philly Phlipper show today. Those same items are available for cheaper in my show if you want to come and buy it." That just happened just today. I just got the text. So, so like to say, there's a lot of sneakiness happening on this app. So I'm gonna have to go and message that person and say, "Hey, what are you trying to do?"
I will say something I've started to learn is that having a big room is sometimes a little bit overrated.
Yes.
We've been doing some shows in a category in our video game category that have started gaining some traction, and trying to run a show with 70, 80 people in a room is insane compared to the 30, 35 you're used to. It's hard.
Literally after one of the shows, and it was on a Monday night, we got finished with the show. We did the show. We did phenomenal. We made something like $1,200 on these video games, and I was starting everything off at $1 because that's where we're at right now with our business. Is that I can do that. We're still growing. We're still getting to that point. I always keep saying that I want to be where Paul is, and then every time I say that, he goes to another spot, and then I'm like, son of a bitch, you know. I'm like where he's at here, but then he goes. But now you can't keep up.
I was gonna say that night I had a breakdown. We got like 3 cancellation requests. People writing, and I was like, "We're too big." I'm like crying. I'm like, I can't handle it. I want 10 people in the room again. And
we had 1 cancellation request.
No, there was 3 that night.
Oh, there was 3 that night. Oh, well, one of them was one of the buyers and stuff. But yeah, she literally
I had a meltdown.
Which goes into my question is when your shows are starting to get bigger, did you expect the attention, both positive and negative, to come from that? Because your shows are definitely bigger. I mean, you're probably averaging anywhere between 100 and 300 people in your shows, and I know that you've topped off way higher than those.
It depends on the show. Yeah, my max I still remember was like 800. That was on my birthday show. I don't think I'm ever getting to that point anymore. It fluctuates. I do think there's some behind the scenes happening with Whatnot where they spin like a wheel and they give a different category its time in the sun. And I feel like the storage in the categories time in the sun happened like 6 months ago because everybody was blowing up and everybody was doing good. And now we're like not there anymore. I think right now the estate sale category is blowing up. So if you sell in the estate sale category, sheesh. I've seen people with 300-400 people in the room in the estate sale category selling the same stuff that I sell on my show for $3-4. To your question about did I expect a lot more negativity out of it, to be honest, because like I said, with the whole enviousness of Whatnot, and because a lot of the stuff that I was running, it wasn't anything special. So it's the same thing that you guys have, that other people have, but because my room was bigger, I was getting 3-4x for that item than somebody else was, and it's very easy for somebody to say, well, what does he have that I don't? And then be jealous that I was doing that, I was getting that. So I expected a lot of that, but I'm really happy with the amount of positivity that I got from that too. A lot of people were genuinely happy for me, genuinely happy for my success, and that maybe, I don't know if it's because I do a lot of community shows too, and they see that I'm trying to build up the community while doing that. So maybe that's why, but. Yeah, it was a mix of both. I expect a lot more negativity though, but it's a mix of both.
He mentioned his community shows. If anybody's watching this that's a newer seller, which I know we have several people that do watch our show that are newer sellers,
at least 3.
Go to his community shows, ask questions.
Are they all members of Brian's family, or are they actually?
A lot of them are actually local to us. We've built kind of a community around us.
Yeah,
got a lot of newer sellers that
the
we're kind of
old-fashioned way.
time with.
Brian hands out like business cards, like the local diner and stuff. Like,
that's pretty much it.
How did I know this was a train wreck starting before I even start? Before I hit record,
find us on YouTube. Find us on YouTube. Did you enjoy your eggs? Find us on YouTube.
It was funny because we did a show on the district on J Ride Flips panel, which was phenomenal because it was shoes. And I knew we were not good. We have never sold shoes on.
J-Ride I thought J-Ride was the first class one where it has to
first class, yeah.
First class.
You sold shoes the first class one?
We did.
Yeah, and we did real well.
First class.
Well, he told us that that's kind of gone away since he first started it, but we figured we don't have the fashion following on Whatnot. Right. Let's try it there where we're gonna have like a built-in audience, and it went well.
It went actually really well, a lot better than what we were hoping. But we met a couple from that who's local to us. They're like, "Where are you at in Georgia?" And I said, "Well, we're near Atlanta." And they said, "Oh yeah, I'm near Atlanta too. I'm in Dallas." And I'm like, "That's where we live. We live in Dallas." And we literally met them, and it was so funny because they said, "We would love to meet up and talk to you about reselling and talk to you about reselling." I said, "Me?" I said, "You do not want to talk to me about reselling. I don't know shit about reselling. I've been doing this for a long time. But here's a great example. Paul mentions all of the OGs and never mentioned Jack's Treasures. We've been doing content videos since like 2014.
We are not the OG.
We are not an OG.
No, I think our first video was 2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
we've never pushed anything in it.
I'm about to go back tonight and just watch all your old videos. I can't.
Oh my God, they're horrible.
Giant gaps of time that we didn't do anything. Mostly it was just storage unit openings and things like that. But I never put the effort into it.
Yeah.
Next question. What's the wildest or most ridiculous thing a troll has done on Whatnot?
Sorry, I'm sorting through a box of knives from a storage auction purchase for now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm watching.
Don't you just love how Paul gives us his undivided attention?
4 years ago.
He's a busy man.
He has got to be doing something at all times.
It's not Brian, is it? Is this that Brian? Who is that guy? It's not you. Is that you, Brian?
He was a lot chubbier then.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness, Brian! You look like $1 million now. Jeez,
thank you, my friend. You were an inspiration to me because I did see. I think I watched one of your videos when you were in Cincinnati at the Cincinnati rally.
Yeah, and I was a much bigger guy back then too.
Well, I've watched your documentations on your dieting and stuff like that, and I think it's phenomenal.
We're actually hitting it back hard on September 1st. We're getting back into
it,
hopefully.
There we go.
We have a question about that, so we could talk a little bit about that one before we get there.
Sorry, before I really interrupted you with your own video. But what was your question before
that? What's the wildest or most ridiculous thing a troll has said or done on Whatnot?
To me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We don't want to talk about what they've done to us.
Brian's had some crazy.
Yes, I have.
I'm trying to think. The craziest thing was, I don't know if it was a troll or just a scammer. Somebody bought a complete set of celebrations cards with me. So I opened all the packs for a celebrations Pokemon. There was and I sold the whole set. It was like $400. I sold the whole set to somebody, first time buyer. And I'm like, well, whatever. We'll let it go. I sold it to them, got insurance because the $400 item, got insurance. Item stayed delivered. And then he had to me and says, I never got the item. And I'm like, it says delivered. And I know USPS doesn't mess around because it's insured. So they wouldn't say that it's delivered because it's a $400 loss if they say it's wrong. He's like, well, it's not here. And I'm like, well, it says delivered on the porch. And we went back and forth with him. He got Whatnot involved. He threatened to sue, all these things. Long story short, Whatnot refunded him and let me keep the money too. So Whatnot lost $400. A week later, I come to his show. He is selling that same binder of cards that was never delivered to his house.
Oh my gosh.
And I come into his room and I say, "Oh, this was never delivered." That's like a question mark, and he kicks me from his room. So, I don't know if that was a troll or a scammer, but that's like the craziest thing that happened to me is like somebody tried to pull it off, and then I went to Whatnot right away, screenshotted it, and say, "Hey, look, here's the guy that says it was never delivered. You gave him his money back. He's selling these cards." And I think they kicked him off the app, which was justified.
That is awesome. I will say Whatnot has always supported us when anything's been wrong and we've had to contact them. We've got, they're not always the fastest, but they have always fixed things, and I feel
for us, for sure. I mean, now I have heard stories of other people that they have not. And Paul was actually witness to one of our biggest ones when, I don't know, we said 14 times. It was during the primetime Spotlight Ray Train that Paul hosts, a box only of a PlayStation 5. And you knew I had the buyers in there. I had Repo was in there, and Jay Kitt was in there, and all of them were in there. And I know that they buy this stuff. And the going rate on them was about $30, $40 on eBay for an empty box of what this was. And he says, "Oh, he never said it was an empty box. He never said that until I bid." And I'm like, "Oh, you are so full of shit."
Whatnot, he tried to cancel. He tried to return. Whatnot just shut him down. So it was great.
Oh, yeah. And then the other one was a guy who said that his card was stolen. And I said, "Well, so was your account." Because they had to steal your account and your card to be able to buy something on the thing.
The accidental bid ones always make me laugh. Or it's like, "Oh, I dropped my phone and I picked it up and I bought this." And I'm like, "You swiped like 20 times. Did you drop your phone 20 times?
Yes.
Did you just pick it up and it dropped again? Like how many times did it happen?"
So we know now what the most ridiculous thing that a thing is in. What's been your biggest home run that you've flipped? And let's just limit it to Whatnot.
Oh, and Whatnot, sheesh. Probably those tobacco cards, baseball tobacco cards.
Mm-hmm.
Got them for, I don't even want to say on here. Got them for very low. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Got them for very low. And
calling from an old lady. That's what I'm hearing.
Old man. I sold the lowest one sold. It was 3 cards. There were tobacco 1909 tobacco baseball cards.
I actually was in the show when you sold those.
Yeah. Well, I sold 2 in one show, then I sold the big one on the show probably where we're at. I forgot the first name. Some baseball player I never heard of was the first name. Second one was Cy Young. Cy Young card was destroyed. I think that one sold for like $700. And then Ty Cobb was the big one. I think
that's the one I remember.
Ty Cobb sold for 1526, I believe. That was the thing. Awesome. So altogether, and the one I never heard of sold for like $300. So it was like $2,500 for three low tobacco cards that I won't tell you what I paid for them. Because going to the grave.
I'm pretty sure that guy Steve does not watch our videos.
If you put me in the title, he'll find it.
Well, I'm gonna have to put you in the title because I need some more subscribers.
Apparently, he made like a video like 2 weeks ago. One of the first videos I watched of his, where he said he's gonna stop doing that because he feels bad for making fun of video people and making money out of it. So I don't know. So maybe he got a change of heart. I should message him and see.
One can only hope. One can only hope.
What made you decide to transition from selling your own inventory to doing the consignment sales that you're doing now?
So I think it was just a change of mindset for me. I was offered consignment deals probably a year ago, and I turned them down. And just because for me, I was like, why would I get 40 or 50% of something if I can get 100 if I sell my own? But then the change of heart for me happened was, well, if I sell 40 grand for somebody in the week, that's $20,000 that I'm keeping with zero cost of goods, right? So for me, the light switch happened on that occasion when I was like, okay, And then I also thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. If I do consignment for 3, 4, 5 straight days, I will be running nothing but fire on my own Whatnot account. I will be getting new buyers that want to come back and buy from me because they see me running this amazing stuff. Hopefully my rooms will grow. So Whatnot will be happy. They'll see more people come to my rooms. I'm making more money. So maybe they'll push me out in future endeavors as well. So there's a lot of like benefits to it. So like when I did Gamers sale, Gamers, he was the first person I said yes to. In that I was on his, I did 5 shows. In 5 shows, I made 1,500 followers. So just that alone, 1,500 followers was worth it coming. Besides I think it's somewhere on my Instagram. I don't know. We sold 60 grand or something in a week. So it was crazy. So that's kind of the mentality is the switch for me. Like, wait, I don't have to have $0 invested for me. I can just travel, sell for people. People pay for my travel that comes out of their back end, right? So like I don't have to worry about cost. It's pretty much it's a free trip for me. So even if I make, even if it's a bad day and I make $500 a day that I make it myself, that's still $500 that's for free, and I got to go and see Missouri or Kansas or Ohio or whatever the hell I go. So that's kind of the mentality that changed for me. It was like, okay, it has to now be worth it. And I actually expanded to the point now where people in my area just bring stuff to my house. And like I have a guy that thrifts in my area and he just brings the stuff to my house and I sell it for him here. And we do 50-50. And I'm like, all right, it's a show for my house. I have $0 cost of goods. Sure. Whatever. Yeah. So what it helped me with is I have to buy less and less now. And I still have enough shows to do because I'm selling stuff for people. I still have to talk to my accountant. We're trying to figure out the best way for it to go with taxes because I don't want to pay full taxes on stuff I'm only getting 40% off or 50% off. So
we've discussed that before. That has to be a challenge.
Yeah. So there has to be like 1099s filled out where I have to tell 1099 people that I was selling for because like. I'm like, hey, I sent this guy 40,000 or I sent this guy 20,000 and I don't want to pay taxes on that amount. But once I figured that part out, I can see me in the future, like next year, 2026, I can see me doing more consignment sales than I'm doing my own sales now. I can see that like in a month, maybe doing 20 consignment shows and 10 shows for me. Like I really can see that going to that point, especially if I keep doing it and people keep being happy. Because every single time I go out and sell for somebody, during that sale, I probably get 3 to 5 messages saying, "Hey, can you come to do this for me?" So it's a very exponential kind of thing. Every single time I go out, I have 3 or 4 or 5 more potentials people to sell for.
That is awesome. That's basically what Corey Mannix is doing, correct? You worked with Corey on doing this or discuss that with him?
Yeah, there was as I said when I talked to you guys about this like a year ago, I had a lot of opportunities for this, and I would just pass it on to him because I was like, hey, I don't do this. Right. I want to sell my own stuff, keep 100%. But hey, here's Corey. He does this, and Corey would always help out. He'd give me a buyer's fee, a finder's fee every time I would find somebody for him. But me and him discussed it with other people as well because there's other people that do it. Corey does it. Limitless Storage Finds does it. House of Coop does it. And we talked amongst ourselves and said, hey, there's enough out there for all of us to do it. And there's no need for us to go and like undercut each other on, hey, I'll do it for this much if he's doing it for this much. So we pretty much all agree. We pretty much all of us have the same fee. It's really there's not the difference. It's like, hey, who do you want to go with, or do you want it faster, or if they want to do it with Corey, I have to probably wait like 8 months, or with me they have to maybe wait 2-3 months. And there's just enough to go around for all of us to do it. So it's not really competitive yet. We'll see if it becomes competitive. But some people chose to go with somebody else, and they messaged me already. Some people said, hey, I should have went with you. I'm sorry. Like, no, they went with like a smaller seller that they charged them a much lesser fee. Right. But then their stuff was selling for $2-3. And I'm like, well, that's what you get for selling a smaller seller to come sell your stuff for you. Right. So that's how it works.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah. What's been the biggest challenge of running these consignment shows compared to a traditional reselling show?
Biggest challenge was every time I travel, I have to use somebody else's shipping situation. I'm so used to how my shipping works. I have my boxes here. I have my bubble wrap here. I have my printer here. I have my paper here. I know exactly. I can do a show here and ship it and so and so and so and so. When I go to somebody else's house, I have to rely on their printer, on their boxes, on their paper, on their supplies, on their shipping situation, and they all do things differently from me. And so at this point now, is if I'm traveling and it's close enough, I pack my car with my own boxes, my own bubble, again, my own printer, and I try to make it as close to as home as possible for me when I do it. That's the biggest thing is just everywhere I go, I have to rely on what what they have when it comes to that.
Okay.
I don't think a lot of people would think about that either.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would have never thought about that.
Well,
reselling can definitely be.
Okay, I did it until a gamer's house, and I was like, "Wait a minute, you don't have a desk?" you know, I'm like, I guess we're shipping on the floor. It's like,
reselling can be a lot of work. How do you manage to balance that with the rest of your life?
Man, if you ask
single ladies, please pay attention to this one.
If you asked me this 6 months ago, I would have told you I can't. At this point, I've learned to, I guess to say, work smarter, not harder. Where I have a limit of like, I'm going to go on for 2 hours today, and whatever I sell for in 2 hours, I sell for in 2 hours. I'll ship it and I'll be done. I used to do a lot of evening shows and whatnot, because I would think it's a bigger audience, but then there would be no time for me to go out with my friends. So now I do all morning shows pretty much. And my goal is to be done working by 5 p.m. and then see what my friends are up to. Like tonight, I'm going line dancing. You jealous, Brian? I'm going line dancing.
Wow.
Yeah, come at me.
I thought you had a show tonight on prime time.
As soon as the show's over, I'm gone. they had to beg me because I want to be dancing at 6. But they had to beg me to do the show, so I'll be going there at 7.
Well, we're glad you're joining.
Yeah,
us tonight.
yeah. So it's just like I'm kind of treating. Before my reselling business was a 24/7, do whatever it needs to be done. Weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, doesn't matter where it is. I'm focusing on this. Now it's like, okay, I want to do a 9 to 5. And avoid Saturdays. I don't want to do anything on Saturdays. I want Saturdays to be a free day for me to hang out with. I joined a really good friend circle here. I'm making a lot of new friends locally, and they all, I don't know what they do for work, but they always want to hang out. So I'm trying to keep up with them. Like the last week, we did karaoke. We went to a baseball game. We went paddle boarding. We went dancing. We went to see concerts, and that's all happened in the last week. So it's for me. I think I had to just put like a kind of like a control on Philly Flippers. Like, okay, 9 to 5, you're doing this. After that, it's what it is. And I've noticed if you control yourself and be dedicated to that time slot, you really don't make that much less money. It's just like in the past, I'd be like, oh, okay, now like days ago, I'll do this here, I'll do this here. But now 9 to 5 is work, and I focus on that there. And my paycheck really hasn't dropped much in the last 2 months. I've been way more social. So
I like that.
I know that there was one thing that you had said, and I don't remember exactly where you said it, but you said you felt like everything was taking over your house.
Yes.
That everything in your house seemed to be laid out as this is work, and you had no of your own personal space. Was I making that up?
No, I said that in a YouTube video recently, where now I have special parts of my house dedicated to whatnot. I have my streaming room, which is whatnot. I have my guest bedroom / storage room, which is whatnot stuff, and I have my garage. And then the rest of my house usually is pretty good. Now I ship in and out of my dining room, so when I'm shipping in the dining room, it looks like a mess. But as soon as I'm done, I try to clean up and make it clean again. My living room used to have just like, and Now, like for me, it didn't seem that noticeable because now I'm just so used to it. But it would have like 2 storage bins here, a box here, a little thing here, a pile there, and for me that didn't seem like crazy. But then people come over and they're like, why do I look like I'm like I'm in a warehouse? I'm like, seriously, that's the vibe you're getting? So I was like, all right, let me take everything that's whatnot and put it into 2 rooms, and yeah, it makes my house more inhabitable. I'm hosting a pool party on Saturday. People can come over and hang out in my house, and they won't be like, "Oh, there's crap everywhere."
We're going to be in Pensacola.
It's a little far.
We'll
be in the state.
Y'all can come over 1 p.m. Saturday. I'm doing burgers and dogs. People are bringing pork butt and tacos and all this fun stuff. So you guys
I heard that you were going to Ohio, but I guess that was just a rumor.
I'm going to Ohio, just not this Saturday. I'm doing a consignment. I'm going to do a consignment sale for somebody in Ohio. Not sure when yet, but there's 3 people that live very close to each other in the Ohio, Kentucky area, and I'm trying to hit them all at the same time, so I can just travel once and just knock all 3 out instead of going back and forth. So I haven't planned that yet, but I will be in Ohio, just not for Ken's 22nd Bala Bash.
It's family thing.
Not a reunion. I know. Don't call it a reunion. That's all I know.
It's not a reunion.
I guess he was in the show this afternoon.
Yeah, Paul came in. It was right before I was in there and stuff, and I was. I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I was listeing, but not watching.
We were just listening.
So. I have to go on the show and tell them what I'm eating every day. That's all I go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's you. Oh, that's me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did that one. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting out their reselling journey on Whatnot, what would that one piece of advice be?
Only one?
Well, you can give more if you'd like. I'm trying to limit this down to an hour and a half. I'm literally trying to cut stuff out now.
One piece of advice: channel the fear you have to start.
Say that again.
Channel the fear you have to start to make it a positive thing for you. Because the fear will never go away. A lot of times people don't want to start because they're afraid. Right. They're like, I've never been in front of the camera. No one's going to do my show. My stuff is going to sell for low. I'm going to lose money. I'm going to get embarrassed. All these different fear things that happen. And they think that magically something's going to happen if they wait till the next day, the fear's going to be gone. Or if they wait a week, the fear's going to be gone. They're going to wait a month, the fear's going to be gone. The fear's going to be always there. I still have times where I go live where I have a little anxiety and fear. You have to learn how to properly channel that fear into the right energy to have a good show. So that's something that they have to learn on their own. And that's the best piece of advice is that don't let the fear paralyze you from starting. You use it. Go ahead. Your shows will suck in the beginning. There's no doubt about it. I can't sugarcoat that. Your show, Brian's show still sucks. He's been doing it for 5 years. But oh
my God. I was about to say ours did for 2 years. It was Paul.
Now they're mediocre.
Yeah, now they're mediocre.
We've actually come up with a new moniker for us.
Oh, really?
The biggest little sellers on Whatnot.
Oh, I like that.
Is what I like to call ourselves.
Every time I come into a room and I see Tracy that's hosting, I like to stay. If Brian's there, I'm out in 2 seconds.
You talked about having fear. I do. Every time I do a Whatnot show, I get scared. So I usually put on a goofy hat because that makes me relax a little bit because I figure nobody's going to be mean to somebody that's got a chicken on their head.
There it is. Boom.
Exactly.
Wow. On call. Boom. I always I like to put music that makes me feel good. That's usually why I have music playing in the background because it just relaxes me and I focus on that. It's just whatever helps you hit the go live button. And I always say, if you hit the go live button, you already won. Doesn't matter how your show went. You did what most people couldn't do, right? You went live and you did it. Doesn't matter if you sold one thing or 100 things. You already won that. And then you have to see, okay, what did I do in this show that could be improved? And just do that. That's another big thing is that people like to compare themselves to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday or a week ago or a month ago. You can still, like, the beautiful part, and now big reason why I do stream my shows to YouTube. I see you guys do the same thing because I get notifications for like a random show that comes up, and I'm like, where are they? I remember, I think there was like once you were doing About the Best in like a Starbucks or something, and I got notification on YouTube that you were doing that. I'm like, oh, they're dual streaming. I get the notification for YouTube. I didn't get the one notification. I got the YouTube notification. That's another thing.
Sweet, I love that.
if you guys want more people in your show, dual stream, because then you get more notifications to send out. But the big reason why I dual stream is sometimes I make them private since the show's over, because I want to go back and it's like, all right, let me see my show a year ago. Let me see what I did. Let me see Let me see if I'm still doing the same thing, if I'm changing something up, and compare yourself. How anxious you were, how fast you were at running things. What were your items per hour? How interactive were you with the chat? And you will see how far you came from a month ago to a year ago. And I see myself like a year ago, or like a year and a half ago, and I was like, okay, guys, all right, next we're gonna run this. Okay, that's awesome, cool. Next we're gonna run this. Okay, and to me now, where I'm just having a lot more fun and a lot more engaging, and hopefully a year from now will be even a much better version of me. Man.
I got a small question, and I know this is going to go long. Paul, I'm going to have to ask you probably at the end of this video if we could do another part to this and record it at different time.
The answer is yes. You don't have to ask. The answer is yes.
I love this guy right here.
For the 50th episode, though, has to be episode number 50. Has to be
You got it. Yeah. Do you remember after we did our very first raid train on your raid train on that Tuesday night? Because it was literally a Sunday, the day at the after the meetup.
Day.
The pancake
Sunday morning is when you guys got invited, and then the raid train was
and we got invited
7 p.m. or something, or that Tuesday 8 p.m. Right? The raid train was
we were on.
And you guys had to drive home too. I remember that you guys were driving home.
We had to drive home, and we were excited after that because literally we were going to not do any meetups anymore after that because I was sick. I had surgery on my neck.
I remember.
Everybody remembers
Everybody does remember. But after our show, do you remember what I did? I sent you a message. Do you remember what the message was?
And that's why I liked you guys a lot, because you were like, hey, what can I improve? Thank you for coming to my show. Give me some pointers what to improve. And the first thing I told you was put your face on the screen. The first thing, because everybody else on that raid train was showing their face. They were rated to you, and it was hands. And I was like, this is different. No, but put the face. And next, right away, next show, boom, your face was there. I was like, whoa. They listen to that.
And he's regretted it ever since, folks.
I think since then we've done maybe 2 shows that we weren't showing, or a few more because they were that race.
Yes. We did one where it was cards, or we did little small jewelry things and stuff like that.
For the most part, we've been like 99% showing.
We're gonna have to go in hyperdrive.
I'll do a lot of shows where I just show the items if it's like that, but. Yeah, showing your face just builds so much more trust with the audience. It just does. It's just such a simple little thing you can fix, where you will see a lot of people come to your room and stay longer because they have a face-to-face interaction instead of just looking at your hands the whole time.
I think when we started, we're not the young, beautiful beach babes and sexy young guys that are on there showing their face. We're just regular old people,
we're not Paul.
We're not Paul. We're not Paul.
Not everybody is, Brian.
Not everybody didn't think anybody wanted to see us, but then I realized what you said. It builds the trust and helps build a relationship.
Not only did it do that, but it made it fun. When Paul said that, we went and we were having fun, not as much as we are now, but it became more of a fun thing for us and just improved everything. All right, we're going to do our What's Up segment. This is where we're going to talk about things that are new and happening in reselling in general.
Today we actually have some Whatnot news. They have announced that there's going to be a Whatnot reseller meetup in Atlanta hosted by Joe Hollywood. It's going to be October 15th through the 16th. There's a registration page, which we'll add a link to below. Hope a lot of our local friends can definitely attend.
Yeah.
Our question for you is, do you plan on attending this event? And what do you think people can gain from going to an event like this?
So this is a Whatnot sponsor meetup. I hosted one of these in Tampa earlier this year.
Yep.
And from hosting one of them, I want to tell people, if you live anywhere in the vicinity of this, 100% go. And it's not, I'm not gonna say, I think Joe's is 2 days, right? He has like a
Yep.
teaching day or
Yeah,
something on
15th and
Monday.
16th.
He has like a teaching day, and then he has like a hangout day.
Yep.
I really don't think you're gonna learn anything crazy about Whatnot going to these events. I mean, the things that they will teach you can come to my community shows. I'll teach you on those. So don't go thinking you're gonna like learn about a bunch of things. But the networking, the handshaking, the people you will meet, oh my goodness! Like when I hosted my event in Florida, a lot of the people that I'm like best friends with now were just names to me, like B squared. They were just like, because they also never showed their face, by the way. They just showed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I never knew what they even looked like. When they came up to me, they're like, "You're Philly." I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, "I'm Bees." I'm like, "Oh crap, you're huge." Like, as a lot of people, like you just see, they're like Juan and Jessica, deals to steal. They're also just to just show their hands the whole time. So I got to meet all these people that like I've just known as their little emojis on Whatnot, but never actually get to meet in person. And you're there for my event was only like 4 hours. Then we did an after party at the casino. But my event was only 4 hours, but in that 4 hours, I got to meet so many people, make friendships. You can develop connections where they invite you to their trains, you invite them to your trains, you build collaborations, you work together on things. We started different Discord groups and text groups where we can try to build each other up and say, "Oh, my show wasn't the best. What can I do better?" And when there's a bunch of different things you go there, just the connections you make is 100% worth it. And in Atlanta, one of the biggest, probably top 5 biggest Whatnotters is hosting it with Joe Hollywood. You want to go
Oh, yeah.
and just talk to him for at least a couple minutes and try to figure out what the magic sauce there is. So, see what it is and see if it can rub off on you. And so that, by the way, is going to be worth it. Plus, there's going to be probably a ton of other Whatnot resellers. I know my friends from Mississippi are driving up there going. People are going to fly into the event. So when you have a chance to come to these Whatnot sponsor things, 100% do it. I have it on my calendar. I didn't book my flights yet, but I am about 95% sure I'm going to be there.
Well, another mutual friend of ours is going to be there. Lover Dogs and Vintage Thrifter are coming.
Oh, I hate them. Never mind. I'm not coming.
I know they're terrible, but yeah, they're going to come down.
Lover Dog's intro to me was pinching my butt. I was just standing there minding my own business, and I got sexually.
I'm glad that wasn't mine.
I got sexually assaulted, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Lover Dog. It's okay. We'll allow it." And then she did it like 8 more times that night. I'm like, I must have a really nice butt. That's what I learned.
This next section is our Shine the Light, where we spotlight live resellers on 3 different platforms based on their sales and their followers. We look at sellers on all different platforms, but today all of our sellers are on Whatnot.
Whoa, I wonder why.
Today.
What's that?
I wonder why they're all on Whatnot.
Well, we actually have done a lot on some district sites. It's kind of hard for us to figure out their levels. They don't really have like a follower count that I can see readily. So we do a lot of the Whatnot ones.
Our new seller this week is Kimberly Ann. Her name on Whatnot is Mama on a Mission 44. She's a new seller to Whatnot, but she has been reselling for quite some time. She currently has 251 in sales and 528 followers. She sells brand name clothing with a special focus on plus sizes. She has several shows scheduled out on Whatnot, so give her a follow and bookmark.
Oh, on a mission what?
Mama on a Mission 44.
Oh, she already has 531 followers. Just
wow, she grew.
She grew from when I wrote the number down.
We actually found her on YouTube. Her YouTube video came up on my feed saying she was trying Whatnot for the first time. So that's how we were introduced to her. What advice would you give a newer seller on Whatnot that is just starting?
Don't let your success be determined by your first couple shows. I think the big thing with Whatnot is people have 5 shows, 10 bad shows, and like this happens for me. And I always compare it to opening like a brick and mortar. If you open a brick and mortar and you have 10 slow days, you're going to close it down. or you're going to continue to see what happens. So that's my big advice is don't, like, if you have a couple bad shows, don't let that deter you from going in. And then also at the same time is see what you can do to improve for your shows to be better. Like if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again and you have no success, you have to figure out something that's going to be different. Hopefully, I mean, it looks like she already has 250 sales, so she's doing something, right? She already
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to 1,000 is already good. But I like her thumbnails look really cool. Like she knows. I don't know if she knows who I am, but she's been to the school of Philly Phlipper without even knowing about it. Her bio's good. Her thumbnails are good. So that would be probably the biggest thing here for me is like, don't let the first couple bad shows. A lot of times people get like one bad review and they're like, oh, I don't want to sell anymore. And I'm like,
right.
Trust me, get enough. They're like, I don't want to sell until Whatnot removes this. And just keep selling. Like no one's gonna care about that. And eventually you'll get enough fives, or it's gonna counter off anyway.
Have your little meltdown and then pull yourself up by the bootstraps and do it.
It was funny because the very next day I had a meltdown.
He did.
So, but that was after that was on a different platform too. Our growing seller is Sherry, mom of two, 8897.
Are we having a whole mom theme today? Is this what this is?
That's exactly what I said. I said I got to pull a non-mom name for our established seller. Actually,
but they're all women though. We did pull all women. She sells on Whatnot. She's got 1.6 thousand in sales, and she has 6.2 thousand followers. Sherry has run many different shows that support the victims of the flooding that devastated North Carolina. And we've actually been on a lot of those shows to help out. I know Paul has too. She loves selling in the Disney category. Paul, how do you feel about running shows for charity?
Terrible idea. I hate charity. I think it's one of the easiest ways you can help out for sure. I mean, every time somebody says, "Hey, can you do something for somebody?" Even though I don't know what it is for, I'm like, "Yeah, 100%, 100%." I mean, what's the point of living life if you can't help people out all the time? And then my hope is eventually, if sometimes I need help, that there'll be something for me, So that's kind of the hope there. I never heard of this mom of two though. Who is this person?
Her name's Sherry. I think you'd like her.
Never heard of her.
I love his sarcasm.
And our established seller this week is Kristine, the Hodgepodge Place. She sells on Whatnot with 53.4 thousand in sales and 42.9 thousand followers. She's a premier seller and sells everything from antique toys to collectibles.
Can you repeat her? Can you repeat her follower count again?
42.9 thousand.
Okay. So less than me, Kristine, if you're listening. Still less than
Oh my God. Not that he's counting.
Oh, she is.
We actually met her through your Rage Reviews.
Yes.
So she said her lifetime because I passed her earlier this year. So her lifetime goal is to pass me again. I'm like, it's not happening. So
I thought her lifetime goal was for her to raid into one of your shows and for you to raid into one of her shows.
Well, I raided into her shows plenty of times. She never reciprocated. So
next time Paul has a community show, I need to go sponsor the Hodgepodge Place.
There we go.
You can sponsor all you want.
Oh yeah, we could drop a couple $100. Look at that $50 sponsorship for like an hour.
I'll say unfollow her and follow me. Hit that.
But yes, what do you think are the advantages there are to being a premier seller on Whatnot?
Well, I've been a premier seller for a while.
You have.
Whatnot screwed me. The big advantage I think people don't talk about is the fees. You pay 10% less fees, which is not actually 10%, but you pay 10% less of 8%. So you're paying 7.2%, which is, I mean, if you sell enough volume, I was saving $400 to $500 a month. That's a lot of money.
A lot, yeah.
By just doing what you do. As far as they promise better customer service, I haven't seen that as a premier now. I see the same response time and everything. I noticed when I was premier, I got rated a lot more. So I think there's something there when it comes to rating. But I stopped being premier in March, and April every month since I haven't been Premier, I made more money. So I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to it or if it's just how the way the app works. I should be done with my whatnot timeout, I think in October or November. So I should be back to Premier then. And then we'll see how it works again for it. But I think it's what I've liked about Premier is that I've seen it challenge people that before really like were like, oh, okay, whatever, I sell this. Like, no, I want to make this amount of money because I want to get those wings. And I think it made them more driven, which I like to see driven sellers, because then they want to have better customer service. They want to provide a better product. They want to sell more. So I think I like that a lot with Premiers. I make a lot of people more driven and a lot more trying to achieve that goal. When it came out, when we first got announced that, me and Jen, again, Jen calls it Jen's multiverse, not Jen calls it Gems. We call each other like, hey, let's do this. And in the beginning, she was like, well, I'm off by this much. And I'm like, well, I'm off by this much. And I'm like, no, screw it. We're both hitting it. And we text each other every day. It's like, yo, we're like, oh, 8 days. How close are you? She's like, oh, I'm this close. Okay, cool. All right, 6 days. How close are you? She's like, well, I already hit it here. I need this. And we would always motivate each other because we're like, yo, when it's coming, we're both getting those wings. And we both, I was so proud of when it came out, both me and her had it. So, I like that aspect of it. I do think I should do a better job of filtering that, because I've seen some people that have like 4.8 and are Premier. You have to be really bad to have a 4.8. That's a lot of 1-star reviews to get a 4.8.
Especially with the volume that you would have had to have done to get to that level.
And you look at their reviews and it's like 5-star, 1-star, 5-star, 1-star, 5-star, 1-star, 5-star, 1-star. And I'm like, how the heck is this the person Premier? And sometimes it'll be like, never received my item. Never received. And I'm like, excuse me? How did they get Premier status? So like, I think one of mine to do a little better job of doing that. And I also think I want them to implement something else that's in between. Like I think they have one now called like Rising Star or something like that. I think they have a special banner when you go on the Apple, say Rising Stars, like small sellers that do good. I want them to have a separate banner for people that are hitting all the requirements besides the 50K. And
that would be nice. That would be very nice.
Because if you sell like in the snack category or the handcrafted category, it'd be really hard for you to make $50,000 in 3 months selling snacks and hand stuff. I mean, some people still do it. People in your area, Sugar Hill Market. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yes.
They hit Premier a couple months ago. I was like, whoa, the bakers, bacon snacks at Premier. That's awesome. But I know it's really, really hard to do. So I think it's a good start by Whatnot, but I want them to incorporate more badges and different things for people to achieve.
That would be nice.
We've actually heard that they were going to be doing something like that.
Kind of achievements.
I think Jen actually said that, told us the same thing when we had Jen on.
You had Jen on before?
We did.
Did she mention me as much as I mentioned her? I didn't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, there will be links down below to all of these amazing sellers, so you guys can be able to, everybody that is listening, to go down there and check them out. Follows are free.
There'll also be a link to Jen's multiverse, the unsung hero of this podcast.
Well, I'm the one that puts in the links.
I'd rather you link Jen than Hodgepodge.
Now it is time for us to turn the tables. This is where we allow our amazing guests to ask any question they would like of Jack's Treasures.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about this. I should have been thinking about this more. What's the creepiest thing you ever found in a storage unit?
Creepiest?
Like,
well, I know that dang skeleton of that rat was pretty damn ass creepy.
Oh, what?
That was one.
I'm gonna go.
No, I know.
I'm gonna say we bought a storage unit that when we got to it, there was electricity hooked up.
That's
inside.
The one I was going with.
There were cameras inside it. There was a big furry blanket on the ground and a giant teddy bear.
The rug, the red rug, was on the floor. There was a place where there was mattresses, or not mattresses, like a bed or something like that. And we went up. And it was in downtown too. It was in literally downtown Atlanta. and we were 100% sure
they were filming
porn.
Oh, 100. It looks like it for sure.
So,
oh yeah. Oh, and the costume jewelry all over the place. There was costume jewelry.
A lot of weird.
Over the place.
Do you have any like CDs for you guys to take home and watch? Any DVDs for you guys to take home and watch?
Not from that one.
Not from that one. But I was taught when I did the show with Ray. I showed Ray a tub of they were burns too. They were burned copies of porn. And I said to Ray, I said, I don't think I could watch all of that in a lifetime. How many was in that box?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think our creepiest one was the porn unit.
That is definitely a creepy one to find. I remember my first ever storage unit. I opened, it was like, I took a couple things first, and then I opened the drawer, and in the drawer I see a dildo and a Bible, and I'm like, "Is this going to be my life now?" It is the
future storage units.
And that's
the queen of finding.
And she finds every single one of them. I swear to God. First unit that we ever bought, same story. She picks up it was a cooler, like a little igloo cooler. And she opens it up, and I'm not lying. That thing filled the cooler.
To this day, that's the biggest one we've ever found. It was in our very first unit.
That's what she said.
You don't have a collection. You don't have a room in the house. We'll just keep different.
I will say that I had someone ask me to give them one once. A friend of ours.
Yeah.
Friend.
The guy that because like I said, I had a moving business, so I had people with me from the crew, and the guy that was with me today is like, "What are you gonna do with this?" I'm like, throw him out. I was like, you mind if I take him home? I'm like, yo, you do what you gotta do with him. I don't care. So yeah, he always took all that kind of stuff. He always took it home. I don't know what he did with it, but it's up to him.
Well, if he moved to Atlanta, we know what he did with it.
No, that's one thing. A lot of people know that we do live with my mother, or my mother lives with us, however you want to phrase it. We live in the same house. And my one rule from her is that she does not want us throwing any of that in the garbage, and the garbage man
because she thinks that the garbage man will see it, even though the garbage truck is the automatic truck. It grabs it and just tosses it in. Nobody sees anything. And
toss that to the dump myself because that is our one rule.
I would have put it right on the trash can every Friday. It's like, oh, sorry, man, I forgot again.
We did that once when we had to return some stuff because it was personal items.
And they were a jerk.
And we put it right on the top. So no matter what, they saw that very first thing.
Oh,
so,
that's ours. That's ours.
Well, I want to thank our amazing guest, Paul, for one, sharing this amount of time with us. We definitely do appreciate that. Guys, there will be links to everything, Paul, in the description down below. All of his YouTube channels, his whatnot, his Instagram, his private phone number in case you want to message him. Ladies only. All of that.
I will check.
We have a guest scheduled for next week. Do you want to announce our?
It is a very good friend of mine, T. Lindman Collectibles. She sells with her husband, and they're having the challenge of trying to run in two separate categories at the same time and grow despite that. So
yeah, and they live in North Dakota, so they're trying to grow despite that.
But yes,
it was like 41 degrees the other day.
And she sells like Disney, so that's going to be our challenge next week.
That will be our guest
We have
next
one
week.
final question for you, and it is, what does the future hold for the Philly Flipper?
Gosh, the sky's the limit. That's what the future holds. I have no clue. Wherever it takes me, it takes me.
I love hearing that. But I'm telling you right now, guys, if you all want some of the best advice, and not only the best advice, and I'm not saying this because he has helped us, but I'm saying this because he would help just about anybody. You want some support, you can get it right there with that man over there. He will help you, but you just have to listen and be receptive to that help. Do what these bigger sellers say.
You have an award. It says, I got a Whatnaughty award for best in support to new sellers.
Oh,
that is awesome. He's also got a reward where he's the only person I think on Whatnot that I've ever sent something from my time in the military that did go to Paul, the Philly Phlipper, and we sent him some stuff also that was very Philly oriented. The picture Yep, there's
Right
the patch.
there.
I will
it.
let you know. I don't have those patches anymore. It meant a lot to me because everything that Paul has done for us. We are going to have Paul on again.
He's already committed to the 50th episode, so look forward to that.
Yep, and not only that, but
that means you guys can't quit before 50 either. You guys better get
we're not quitting. We're not quitting.
We learned so much from this, even if no one else watches it. This is like one of the best hours of the week for us.
Right, and I'm going to get Paul to commit to one other thing too. Paul, you know that we do a Veterans Day raid train. It is the only raid train that Jack's Treasures will host. It is a charity event to help stop soldier suicide, which is one of ours.
We don't require anybody
to do anything with that. But I would like to extend my invitation to Paul the Philly Flipper. It will be November the 11th, which is Veterans Day, because I always have to tell
And we don't mind
Ken.
if you run from the car or the airport or wherever you may be.
That's right.
It's going to be live in location, but I'll do it. Yes.
That would be awesome. I appreciate that so much.
Miami doing a sale then, but I will definitely.
Miami, wow.
Pembroke or something. Pembroke.
Pembroke Pines.
Pembroke Pines is in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, I used to live there.
Well, there we go. I'm gonna be doing a sale from there. So
see, that was when I first met Paul. It was so funny because I was like, oh well, shit, Paul will want to talk to me if he's down in Florida. I was born and raised there.
You know? And look, he was right.
Come here, Brian. Come here.
He was right. That's the only reason I went to Nashville. I was like, I know there's a guy named Brian here that lives in Florida.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you like what you see, drop a like, subscribe, add some comments below. As always, help us stop soldier suicide and the Naughty Cat Cafe, which is not a strip club. And that charity helps kitties find good homes. Take a look at them. And as always, bye.
Peace out from Jack's Treasures and Paul the Philly Flipper.